Happy Wednesday. What's going on, Wayne Breezy?
Yo, it's almost Christmas. It's crazy because like the Niners play on Christmas. And I don't know if I'm more excited for the Niners game against the Ravens than Christmas. But Christmas is here. And happy holidays to everybody out there, man. We want to wish everybody a safe and blessed Merry Christmas if you celebrate that. Happy Kwanzaa. I know that starts soon. And then happy Hanukkah. That started already to those that celebrate Hanukkah. But yeah, man, this is December football. And I remember back, what was it, in October when Brock Purdy like couldn't win a game. Like he won one game in October, I think lost 3. And then, Brandon Ayuk came out and said football doesn't start until December. And they went on a sweep in November, and now they're looking for the sweep in December.
Right. Redtober, Brocktober wasn't too kind to us.
They just wasn't.
And then they went out and handled all the business in November.
They'll be gone till November. Yeah.
Yeah.
They made it rain in November.
What's that hoodie? Let me see what you got on, man. What you rocking? I say Silverback. That's some Trent. Oh my God. Is that a Wayne Breezy original?
Nah. This is I forgot the name of the site, but this is their license with the players.
They're licensed.
They are licensed. They're licensed.
You scared? You nervous? They go through some PTSD over there?
No, never, bro. I ain't never scared. But they licensed, bro. Like it comes with the license. They say they licensed. I could print me up some stickers and say I'm licensed too.
I need you to make me a shirt. I got a bomb idea.
Okay.
All right, so check this out.
You gonna
number
tell
one
it to the people?
I'm gonna tell you, and then you make it for me. You don't think I should do it? They're gonna steal my idea?
Absolutely.
Oh, all right. Well, then never mind. I'll wait. I'll tell you off air then.
Okay.
I'll tell you off the air. But that's cool though, man. So shout out to everybody that's out here watching right now, man. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with us today, man. Today's show is gonna be a little bit different than how we normally do things, man. We're gonna take a peek behind the curtain at all things Kyle Shanahan. But before we do, I want to get back to what Wayne was talking about. 'Tis the season. Happy holidays to everybody. What is the strangest lawn decoration you've seen for the holidays, Wayne?
Oh man,
I just noticed something about my neighbors, and I got to tell you, it's disturbing.
I don't think I've seen anything strange. Everything's pretty festive. Nothing strange. But I just finished watching a reel, and in this neighborhood there were 3 houses, and it was literally like they had to be doing some type of contest. These houses were lit. But the last house, this might be the strangest thing I've ever seen. I didn't see it in person. The last house, first of all, it was like 10 miles long. That's number one, right? They had
it's in the Hidden Hills.
A blow up inflatable television screen and a projector showing Home Alone. Bro, if that house don't win, like you could just be riding in the neighborhood, park your car and watch the movie.
Oh, that's dope.
That's fire.
Nah, that's fire. Yeah.
I mean, I would have stole the projector, but like still, like tell me that's not fire, bro. And it was on a Christmas Story blow up television.
Yeah, nah, that's bomb.com right there. I like that. That's really dope.
That gets the bomb.
Right in the light.
Sure.
So, yesterday I was driving to a funeral service for my coworker's mom passed away. And so the service was yesterday right before our show. And while I was driving, it was like this 15-foot tall skeleton outside. And they had a big, it was just bones. Like it wasn't Jack Skellington, right? Like it was just bones. And it had like a giant Christmas hat on and like a red shirt, but no pants or nothing. And I thought that was strange. Then I got home last night after picking my daughters up from ballet. My neighbors directly next door just has a giant pair of balls on their lawn.
Nah, Mike. Come on, Mike.
Wayne, I wish I was exaggerating. I will take a picture and have this for the next episode.
Balls, tennis balls.
It's just shiny balls. It's just 2 balls. Now, I will say that when we got home, it's 7 p.m., so it was dark, and I think they just put them out. Maybe they're covered in tinsel and I can't see it. There's no light reflecting off of anything
they
right
might
now.
be the balls the bulbs you put on the tree, not
You
bulbs.
think they're supposed to be balls like this?
Yes,
That's what you think?
yes,
Bro, it's just two big ass balls just sitting on the lawn, and there's nothing else near them. I'm not exaggerating at all. They're huge. They're huge.
Well, you
Like my daddy would be proud. They that big.
like how big are they? Are they bigger than that, or like? Because I have the
No,
bigger ones that
bro.
go on the regular trees outside.
No. Like, okay. Remember I just described the 15-foot skeleton?
Yes.
They'd be his balls if they was attached. Wayne, I'm not kidding. These things are huge. I swear to you, bro. They would not fit in the screen right now. I'm so serious. It's just too big. I hope they're not. Maybe they're not done yet. Maybe they're not done yet. But I don't get it. I don't know what they were trying to accomplish, and they just out there in the front yard, right underneath the what's the window called? The bay window. Right underneath the bay window. They just sitting there. Your decoration story was way better than mine. Way better.
Yo, you. Never mind. You know who? Never mind. Which coach you think has the bigger balls in this game coming up, though?
Oh, now that's a question right there for you. I like that. Hold up. Let me give you a little horn on that one, man. I like that right there. That was good. So this is part of kind of what we want to talk about, because normally I would say Harbaugh. Right?
Yeah, I mean he's got a Super Bowl, and
well, he's got a Super Bowl. He's got more to lose. He's got more teams on his. Yeah, they haven't secured the number one seed. So
what do you mean he has more to lose?
I think they have more to lose than we do. I think there's more teams with a good record that can catch them than what we have, because all of our closest guys took a loss. So, like, there's a scenario where the Niners can actually clinch the first seed come Monday night. Did you know that?
Yes. So
it takes Detroit. Oh, go ahead.
It takes all the teams to lose. The Niners got to win too.
The Niners win, Detroit, Dallas, and Philly lose, and we are guaranteed the first seed overall.
Correct.
That's wild to me. So, I don't think that they have the number one seed lock options as easily as the Niners do. And so that's why I think that there's more pressure on them. But what I was going to say is normally this would be right up Harbaugh's alley. I think he kind of takes pride in the whole underdog, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you remember when the Niners were cooking back in the day, that Thanksgiving game, the Niners versus the Ravens, right? They called it a Harbaugh before the Harbaugh. They called it a preview to the Super Bowl, and it ended up being a preview to the Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken.
That's true.
And you know, the Ravens weren't supposed to beat the Niners. The Niners defense was pretty good. The Niners offense was middle of the pack, and the Ravens just didn't really seem like they had much going for them other than a defense. And it was, if you remember that game, it was very low scoring. Alex Smith threw a bomb down the field. It was caught, but it came back on a penalty or something like that. It was, anyway, it's old, but Harbaugh always finds a way to thrive against the 49ers. Lamar Jackson is 19-1 against NFC opponents in his entire career. That has got to be one of the craziest stats I've ever heard in my life, by the way. But But I think this new version of Kyle Shanahan, Wayne, I think is a little bit different.
Is it different because of the assertion of Brock Purdy, along with the ascension of him running the system in San Francisco? Because we've seen Kyle Shanahan get to this game. We've seen Kyle Shanahan get to the Super Bowl a couple of times throughout his tenure in the NFL. We've seen Kyle Shanahan, lose with an MVP. We've seen Kyle Shanahan lose with, I would say, a pretty balanced team in 2019. Let me ask you this question. Do you think this team this year is more balanced? Not better, but balanced than that 2019 team? It's kind of hard to say, right?
Yes. No. I do think it's more balanced.
Okay, that's fine. As far as balanced, but can we say that they're better? Because that team went to Super Bowl. So we can revisit that question, right? If we go to the Super Bowl.
Better and success are two different things.
Well, I mean,
they're two different things.
They're two different things, but even that team wasn't successful. This team has the opportunity of having a better record at the end of the season, or you know what I mean? By ending 14-3, that team went 13.
If this team were to lose out, wouldn't we still say that this is a better team than that team in 2019?
I don't know, because
you can't name a position that's taking a step backwards.
Yeah, but you're telling me with the worst team, they would, like, not a worse team, but a team that's less went to the Super Bowl. Now this team has to get to the Super Bowl if they're better.
Not if the competition is better.
I don't think
you can have a better team, but everybody else
might be the weakest of the competition we've ever seen. That 2019 Super Bowl, that Kansas City team was different, and even they were weak in the Super Bowl. They just finished.
Yes, I agree, and I agree with what you're saying. Also, like, I do agree that the competition is probably a lot weaker now. Like all the double-digit win teams in the NFC. Like, I don't think any Niner fan is like, oh man, I really don't want to play them in the post. We actually hope we play the Cowboys. We actually hope we play the Eagles. Like, we feel like we got their number that well. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody we have to run through in the NFC, I think we feel like we got them. And that 2019 year, the Packers were the Packers, but it was like, we might be able to get them.
That was a tough one. That was a toss. We played Minnesota, and we ran over them.
We literally ran through them.
And we ran through the Packers too, like literally, like run the ball.
Yeah.
But that's when I started to question, like, Kyle Shanahan, because he literally took the ball out of his quarterback's hand. But then in the Super Bowl,
go ahead, say it, finish, please. You right there.
In the Super Bowl, he gave the opportunity back to the quarterback and stopped running the ball when it was effective. You Mooney Ward even said, he was on the Eric Armstead Third and Long podcast and said, yo, we wanted Jimmy Garoppolo to throw the ball. Like, we were trying to make him throw the ball. He couldn't figure out why Kyle Shanahan. I knew we weren't stupid. But for a long time, sometimes Kyle Shanahan make you feel like you stupid. But we couldn't figure out why we weren't running the ball. Debo was the successor. Debo was a wide back his rookie season, and he didn't get any credit for being that. And we could have literally, don't give me that Debo Samuel was tired bull crap. Debo was a rookie, and he was looking to get it in. Like, ran the ball successfully, but then you put the ball in your quarterback's hands, and it's unsuccessful. Like, I don't know.
The wildest part about that is, you know, the level of disrespect to have a team come out and say, we hope that they throw on us in a passing league, right? Like, and that's what the Niners just did with Jalen Hurts. We actually just talked about this yesterday, right? Like, we heard Nick Bosa say, take away that B gap and make him stand in the pocket and beat you or get all the way outside. And the fact that that's a game plan is super disrespectful. You talk about being exposed. The Niners were exposed before the Super Bowl. Everybody knew Jimmy Garoppolo was a weakness, and that's why I say we're more balanced now, because that defense did a really good job in that game, in that whole postseason.
And I agree with the balance, but does that make us better? I
Yes.
feel like if we don't get to that game, at least to that game, can't compare the two teams.
But there's so many factors that can come into play before then. Like right now, I have no problem saying that this team is better than the 2019 team. This team scores way more points than them. This defense is giving up just as few points as them.
Yeah, but Mike,
I think that defense might have been better in 2019. I don't know.
Honestly, it's like okay, like you said, the circumstances happen. Like you know, you go out, you have a bad game. It's just tough. It's just tough. The one thing that both of these two teams have in common, as far as the 2019 and the 2023 team, they have the same coach. And that's what it's going to come down to, Mike. Has Kyle Shanahan evolved enough? Now, he played the Ravens back in 2019 in that season that the San Francisco 49ers went to the Super Bowl. The 49ers, this was one of their losses. Both of these teams played on December 1st in 2019. Okay? You don't remember this game?
I'm trying. Keep going.
It was a rainy day in Baltimore. I can tell you that right now. And I think I ended up getting sick after this game because I was out in the rain, not knowing it was going to rain. When we went to the Washington game, we knew it was going to rain. It was a mud bowl. This just had some weird forecasts. The score was 20-17. The Baltimore Ravens ended up winning, and it came down to the quarterback not being able to capitalize and missed opportunities. But Raheem Mostert was having a good game. Debo had a good game. Like, you get what I'm saying? So, like, it just came down to the end.
They
couldn't stop Lamar Jackson. That's what happened.
We acquired a wide receiver that year in trade.
Was that the Emmanuel Sanders year?
Yes. What did he do in that game? Just curious.
I don't remember off the top of my head, but we can look it up.
I think it's fair to say that we didn't have a Christian McCaffrey and we didn't have this version of Brandon Ayuk.
But we had a Raheem Mostert, and he was literally running through the league.
But Mostert was a straight line runner. He didn't pose the threat. He didn't put defenses in compromising positions the way that McCaffrey does. I mean, I get
agree.
it.
I'm not putting him on that level, but that year Mostert was having like
a phenomenal production
of a year. Like, this was what made Mostert come back in 2020 and say, I'm sitting out unless you give me some guarantee, buddy. Like, you know what I mean?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna take away from Mostert, but they are two different backs. But my point is, you know, it was a fairly close game. You had two teams, Mike, top of the league in their conferences. 49ers were 10-2. The Ravens were 10-2. The Ravens went on to be 11-2, and the 49ers went on to be 10-3 that year. Well, 10-3 after this game. I'm sorry. I think they finished 13-3. I think this was before the extra game, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So our coach has changed a lot since then, Wayne. A lot. There used to be times where Kyle Shanahan took an entire half to figure out how he wanted to attack a team. And I want to start by giving him credit there. Forget the results of a game. Kyle no longer needs an entire half to figure out how his quarterback is going to play throughout the duration of the game. He no longer needs an entire half to figure out if the defense is going to bite on certain things, because now the defense has to respect the pass as much as they respect the run. So now they get to declare earlier. He's doing it in 2, maybe 3 drives. This is part of the evolution of Kyle Shanahan. This is what's going to put him ahead of the flock. I think that's where we got to start this whole thing. He is no longer the same guy that just had to sit back and see what they were going to give him and then see if he can capitalize on it. No. And now he can go out there, he can dictate. All right, this is what you're doing. Watch this. And he just goes out there and he does his thing.
I agree. But he's also, this may be the best complete team that they're playing all season long. Complete. Defense, offense, special teams. I'm not even going to give you statistics, but the Ravens have got the number 1 defense in the league.
Yeah, I believe that.
It's because the 49ers laid a bomb against the Arizona Cardinals. They had to deal with the mobile quarterback. Excuse me.
They gave up all those points that
They gave up 29 points. They gave up 436 yards. Because when you got a mobile quarterback,
you didn't tell me Mooney was cooking like that, bro.
Oh, that he was.
Yo,
he played a great game. He played a great game. He knew his assignments. He knew when to not. He knew who to cover, where to cover.
I don't think my man gave up a catch that whole game. Mooney was out there cooking, bro.
Yeah, maybe not. Man, I think he did. I think he gave it one.
couple picks, took one to the out. We finally got the defensive score we needed.
Yeah.
We were talking about. But no, I agree with what you're saying. Maybe they might be the most balanced team, but the balance is still one-sided for them. So you asked me if the Niners were balanced, right? And if you asked me today to pick a side that's better of the ball for the Niners, offense or defense, I couldn't pick. It depends on the mood that I'm in, the answer I'm going to give you. Is the offense better than the defense? Sometimes. Is the defense better than the offense? Sometimes. I don't think the Ravens' offense is remotely as good as their defense is.
See, I disagree because there were times the Ravens put up 40 points consecutive weeks. So, like, it comes down to
against who?
We can look it up.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare say it don't matter.
I'm not going to say it doesn't matter. I'm just saying you can look it up. Like, scoring 40 points is scoring 40 points, and I understand that. The Niners did it against the Cowboys. And
who had a tap what?
In week 4, 3, 5, whatever that week was, a top defense.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
but we know Dallas is also missing their second best defensive player, but that's nothing to say. Then they did it against the Eagles, who's supposed to have a top defense, right? And then they just put up.
I see 25, 27, 19, 28, 10, 24, 38 against the Lions, 31 against the Cardinals, 37 against the Seahawks.
So 38, 37.
1 against the Ravens. 31 against the Browns. 34 against the Bengals. Yeah, but the Browns won that game.
So I'm just saying, like, they can score. We put up 43 times. They put up 40 no times.
Right. But they got a lot of games over 30. I didn't realize that.
But that was one of my things. Like this team averages, like, they're right below us. They average like 3 points less than us.
Yeah. So the Niners are sitting at 30.4 points a game.
Yeah, and the Ravens are at 27.4.
Exactly, 3 points lower.
So these teams, when I tell you they're almost identical, like they're almost identical. And it comes with it starts at the coaching. Like it starts at what Harbaugh, because he has changed as well, right? Because he's got a new coordinator, he's got this. So you're going to see Coach Shanahan's defense attest to this offense. Because I think their offense can be dynamic if you don't stop one person.
So the website that I'm looking at for the scores, for the points per game, it says last 3 what their average is, and it says 26.7. Does yours say the same thing?
No, I got them averaging 27.4 points.
No, yeah, that's for the year, but the last 3. But never mind. I went down the line. It said last game was 42 points, and I was like, no, it wasn't. But I went down the line. I didn't look straight. I'm sorry. And I have a problem. If you give me a piece of paper, I can't draw a straight line to save my life. If I go to a whiteboard or a chalkboard, I cannot write straight. I end up writing like, let me do it this way. I end up writing like this. I go down on the pages I'm writing.
Interesting.
Can you write in a straight line on a board?
I can't write in a straight line with lines or a ruler. I'll draw a crooked line with a ruler. I'm left-handed, bro. So like,
I'll draw a crooked line with a ruler. That's talent right there. But I think the difference is Kyle is turning into a little bit of a Harbaugh. Harbaugh is a player coach, right? Harbaugh's never going to ask his players to do what they're uncomfortable with. He's going to go out and try to win games to his players' strengths. Kyle was a guy that, hey, this is my system. This is what we got to try to do. Let's go out there and do it. I know Jimmy's limited. I'm going to hide his deficiencies, but this is how we got to win this game. I don't think that's the Niners' MO anymore. I don't think that's Kyle's MO anymore. I think he's grown significantly in the last year and a half.
And I don't disagree with that. I'm just hoping if Kyle doesn't go back to it's in him to do or how he has been. Like if the Ravens come up here and hit you with a haymaker, it will cause you to start having flashbacks and not trusting what you've been doing all season. Like Kyle has to trust his own system. And so in his system.
Oh, so you think he'd get a little like, oh, wait, abandon ship.
Yeah, like just think. All right, look, John Harbaugh, the one thing he knows how to do is beat the San Francisco 49ers. Okay, that's what he knows how to do. You hear me? He knows how to beat him. Beat him in the Super Bowl, and this team is 4-2 against us. Okay, 4-2. That's it. They're 4-2. We have 2 wins against this team, and Kyle Shanahan has one of the losses. We talked about the 2017 and 2019, and so. Granted, that game could have went either way, but it didn't go in the favor of the San Francisco 49ers. That was on the road. It was in a rainy game, rainy situation, different quarterback. I agree with everything you're saying, because I think Kyle put all of his trust into Brock Purdy. But now Brock is about to face, I would say, the realest defense. Now, he should be extra prepared for this game because let me tell you something. Kyle Hamilton is a different type of safety out there on that football field. He is a ball hawking, lurking in the middle of the field type of a safety.
And I know we're gonna break down the numbers and all on tomorrow's pregame show, but
correct.
From my understanding, he's looking good even according to PFF. It ain't just people's eyes.
Look, listen, he different. I was the kid I wanted to draft out of Notre Dame. When we had like a top pick, I was like, yo, let's just move up and snag this cat. You know what I'm saying? Because that's it. But the Niners don't draft secondary players, dog. They not in the first round.
Not in the first round.
This is
yo. You sound a little scared, Wayne. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Nah. Never scared. Just extra prepared. Again, I'm telling you, y'all think this game gonna be a blowout. I'm gonna let y'all know right now, this game gonna be close. I can feel it. The Niners are going to
feel it.
Damn. All right, Jackson. The Niners are going to struggle with Lamar Jackson. Let's just keep it a buck. They're going to struggle. That doesn't mean Lamar is going to get into the end zone. That doesn't mean Lamar is going to throw touchdowns. He's not good right now in the passing game. What makes Lamar Jackson dynamic is his ability to run. The Niners are going to struggle watching the film against Kyler Murray because that's the Lamar Jackson-esque. That's that same tier. Watching that field, it's not like they were letting Kyler Murray run up the middle. It was break. It wasn't. They were plays that were designed to be pass plays. The Niners may be doing too damn good in coverage because that's when the quarterback takes off.
Right.
So
when you really got your guy on lock, you know what I'm saying? The
quarterback's like, I ain't throwing this ball. Ain't nobody.
You can't do that and watch the line of scrimmage to see if he gets past it or not, the abandoned ship. You know what I mean? It's tough. So that means you got to really have contained. You got to have your linebackers be on alert.
You got to be disciplined.
It puts your team in a strain. So but what if they do a little bit of Jalen Hurts to him where it's like, all right, now I'm not saying it's the B gap necessarily. We started the show with this.
It's
but
a different type of runner though, right?
Is it though?
Lamar is more of the RPO, hand the ball off, not hand the ball off. Watch the end, crash, take off. Hurts does that plus the draws. Do we get the draws?
Plus he gets the draws.
Plus the draws. Do we get the draws a lot from Jackson? I think not. And if so, they better take away them B gaps.
Right. Right. I don't think you're going to get a lot of the inside stuff from Lamar Jackson, though.
Not if he want to leave this game healthy.
Right. Right. I think he knows what's waiting down that middle.
And this is a business decision. You don't want to get
popped by Greenlaw. Yeah.
Right. And if they're in first place and trying to keep their number one seed, they're not going to risk that business move.
Well, and not only that, this loss for either one of these teams doesn't really hurt as long as they take care of business down the stretch. Exactly. So this being an AFC game, I get it. The schedule, NFL is going to be really, really excited about it. The truth of the matter is neither one of these teams need this win to get that number one seed. They don't have to win this game.
But it's cool that these are the two number one teams. So it's either going to be a dogfight and close, or it's going to be a thriller in Manila and it's going to be a shootout and both defenses are going to be bad. How about that?
Both defenses don't show up. I like the way you said that right there because they don't want to get nobody hurt. Yeah. Let's just see what the offenses can do. And if that's the case, you got to put your money on the Niners, right?
You got to put your money on the Niners because they have more weapons.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? They have multiple facets of being able to do it. It's like 5 against 1. And I'm not trying to take away from the weapons because I'm going to tell you right now, Isaiah Likely.
Yes, he's better than Mark Andrews. I said it. More athletic. He's better than Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews just got a name because he's been steady Eddie and Mr. Consistent over there, but he's not athletic. He's not fast. That kid, Isaiah Likely, is special. I'm so glad you said it. I'm sorry. What were you going to say about Isaiah Likely? I'm sorry.
Exactly what you just said, but I don't know if I was going to say he was better. He still got some time to prove, but he's definitely more athletic. And at the end of the day, that is the difference maker, because I don't care what nobody says. This ain't that show, but the San Francisco 49ers give up explosive plays to the tight end positions, athletic ones at that.
Yes, they do. You ain't never lied. Listen,
So
man, that's going to do it.
which coach you think is going to come out victorious?
As far as what? Like with the win?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying. They got to wait till Thursday show. This is the Wednesday show. I'm
Which
not telling you.
Which coach comes out with the better game plan?
The 49ers.
So, okay.
Wait, now which coach makes the better adjustments?
The Ravens.
That's the real question right there. That's how games are won and lost.
They're both real questions, but yeah.
The Niners are going to have a solid game plan going into it. But when they realize that this defense, it depends, like you said, it depends on which defense decides to show up. It depends on if the Ravens say, you know what, guys, we don't got to go out here and exert everything. We don't need this. This could be a preview of the Super Bowl. They might try to reel it in a little bit. And both teams could very well do this. If the Ravens come with the A-game defense, and they might want to go out there and make a statement. They might want that, heading into whoever they got to play. The Niners are the hottest team in the NFL right now. All the power rankings got Niners 1, Ravens 2. All of them. Every single one of them. Like, what's better and more exhilarating than taking down a bully? So they might want to go out there and put it all on Front Street. They might come with the A-game defense.
But the Niners could do the same thing because the Ravens are the bullies of the AFC.
Mm-hmm. Biggest competition to the Niners' success this year, I think, is going to be the Ravens. It's nobody in the NFC.
This is the Super Bowl 58 preview too. So like at the end of the day, this is what the game may look like in February. I'll just leave it at that. And it'll be Coach Harbaugh and Coach Kyle Shanahan in the Super Bowl. You just thought about what?
That little meme that went around about the colors. And those are the two teams.
You see they're using the colors, the purple and the red?
Yeah. Those were the colors. I can't believe it.
We'll see what happens, man.
That cannot be real, bro. If that happens, man, oh my God. All right, we got to get out of here, man.
Yeah.
We got to get out of here.
Yeah. Great
Any
show.
final words for your crowd, man? This was fun.
Nah, man, just tune in tomorrow. We're going to be previewing the game. We're going to go through these teams, the offense, defense, special teams in 30 minutes or less, baby. We're going to have some fun.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. Thank you all for checking us out today, man. You guys are phenomenal. Shout out to all of the Breezy Bunch people out there. Shout out to all the people who have joined the channel. Shout out, by the way, to my new Patreon subscribers from yesterday's show. They all popped in. I saw you guys out there. I appreciate y'all, man. We had a lot of fun on the live watch, so I want to thank y'all for that as well. But that's going to do it, guys. We appreciate y'all. Y'all be safe out there. No team is safe when the Niners are on the prowl. I'm Mike. That's Wayne. And this is No Harm, No Foul. Peace.